Chapter 22. "Oh no," Warble exclaims. "Say it ain't so, Otto, say it ain't so," he moans, his right hand on his forehead, as his left tremblingly holds the letter. "Mary, come quick, I'm about to faint, and I think you should catch me. Unless you want a husband with a broken neck, which injury may be inflicted if I fall unaided onto the bricks surrounding Bob's fireplace there," he points. As soon as Warble sees Mary standing between him and the fireplace, arms outstretched and braced to catch him, he slumps, groaning, into her arms. About an hour later, Warble wakes up in the arms of his loving wife, who is swabbing his feverish brow with a wet washcloth as he babbles on about the unfairness of life and the vagaries of false friends. "Oh, woe is me! I trusted you, Otto, like a brother," Warble says, his eyes vacantly staring at the ceiling. "I was nice and friendly and polite to you, and this is how you repay me? Oh, how difficult it is to endure such hardships, to be reviled, rejected, repulsed, and rebuked by someone I considered a true and faithful friend. Oh, how bitter life is, how utterly, heartbreakingly—" "Rather kill you, snap out of it," Bob says, snapping his fingers. Bob's urgent attempts to rouse Warble are fruitless. The prone and hysterical would-be millionaire continues on with his rambling dirge. "Well, there's only one thing for him, Mary," Bob says, shaking his head. "Help me drag him out to the front lawn." After laying his semi-conscious friend on the grass, Bob goes into his garage and returns with a bucket. He fills it with water and, in a sweeping motion quite graceful for a big, clumsy man like Bob, empties the entire contents onto Warble's head. "Man overboard!" Warble yells out, bolting upright on the lawn and flailing his arms all around. His eyes are clenched tightly shut. "It's me! Man overboard! Throw me a line! I'm drowning! Get the lead out, you land lubbers! Yo-ho, yo-ho! A lifesaver for me it is, but quick! Throw me a lifesaver, or I'll have you all keel-hauled by the order of Captains Ahab, Blood, Kidd, Cook, Columbus, Cabot, Cortez, Kangaroo, Kirk, Crunch, Hook, Hornblower, Nemo, Quig, Sinbad, and the whole bloody lot of them." Bob reaches into his pocket, removes a roll of candies, scrapes away the silver foil on the top with his thumb. Bob has something against the red, waxy, string-like thingy that's supplied for the purpose. Possibly something going back to an early childhood experience, pertaining perhaps to having his umbilical cord wrapped around his neck as he was being born. Peels away a good quarter-inch of wrapper, bends down, and thrusts it Warble-ward. "Here you go, old buddy," Bob says, waving the holy candy in front of Warble's face. Warble opens his eyes. He sees Mary looking down at him, hands on hips. He sees the neighborhood youngsters pointing at him and laughing. Then he finally notices the proffered candy. "Oh, thanks, Bob," Warble says, and after stuffing the candy in his mouth and immediately biting on it as hard as he can, causing a crunching, grinding sound that irritates Mary to no end, gets up, brushes the grass off the seat of his pants, and, without hesitation or a look backwards, marches into the house. Mary and Bob follow at his heels. "Warble, what are we going to do now?" Mary asks as she sits down next to Warble on the sofa, turning to face him. Bob feels he may be intruding, but finds the event so fascinating that he remains there watching, transfixed by the seemingly surreal scene unfolding in his living room. "Mary," Warble begins, "we have got to follow the advice of the great philosopher Willie Nelson and get on the road again. It seems the International Nut Company has no sense of humor, or at least that imbecile autodidact doesn't, and they have sued me for some alleged misconduct or another. We can't afford the time it would take to lollygag around in court for weeks or months, playing footsies with high-priced pretty boy lawyers. I've got more important things to do. So, in the interest of mankind's future viability and the viability of their future, which I cannot guarantee if my mobility is curtailed, we have got to scram, skedaddle, and make tracks. We are compelled by circumstances beyond our control to light out for the territory." "Which territory is that, Warble? You don't mean the Yukon territory, do you?" Mary doesn't like cold weather. No, ma'am, nor do I mean the Northwest Territory. No white horses or yellow knives for us. In fact, we are going to a place just about as different from the Yukon Territory as we could go and still be in the United States. Hawaii? No, not Hawaii. Think alligators, Everglades, Seminoles, orange juice, Jimmy Buffett, octogenarians, dimpled chads, and Disney World. Florida! Quite right, Mary. You'll never guess the treat I have in store for those sun-baked old geezers down there.